Hola amigos y amigas. I love TGINatural. How much? This much. As you can see, I have the Curls and Roses collection, the Moist collection, the Miracle Repair X collection, and it never feels like I have enough, and I'm always worried about running out of product. Now, back to the video. This video is about TGIN Love. I find that a lot of my videos on TGIN tend to be really long because I want to spend some time in the beginning giving an overview of why I love the brand so much, and I want to gush about it, but it takes up a lot of time, so I figured I'll make a separate video for that I can always link to. And so here it is. Last year in 2019, I had the worst hair damage of my entire life. I suffered bleach damage, followed by Diva Curl damage, followed by more bleach damage. My entire damage story can be seen here. I don't want to delve into it. And so part of my journey became dealing with this new hair that I had on my head because it was so severely damaged that the porosity changed. Under normal circumstances, when you undergo chemical treatments, your porosity will change. It'll become high porosity if it's not high porosity already, but there's a way of maintaining a healthy high porosity very carefully. And if you go beyond that, the damage and dealing with damaged high porosity is horrendous. And you're lucky if you can keep it on your head. One day I was at Ulta, completely lost, looking for something that would help style my hair and hold some form of pattern to it. My 3A curls were nowhere to be seen. I had some very dysfunctional waves happening. And even then, I just wanted to hold on to some semblance of what I used to have on my hair. The hope was to finally get back to what I had. I was at a place where I didn't have the knowledge about hair that I have now. I was jumping from product to product and brand to brand, blindly trying to find something, anything that would help. But at the same time, I was also really weary of brands and companies and products because of the damage that I had suffered at the hands of Diva Curl, which was supposed to be this end-all be-all mecca for curly haired girls, and instead just wreaked havoc on my head. So TGIN had actually been on my mind. I had seen it on the shelves, but I didn't know much about it. I admit that I didn't Google it to learn more about it. One day I was at Ulta and there was just a TGIN mousse there. And I was looking at it and I just looked probably confused because the Ulta sales lady associate came up to me and she was this straight-haired white girl. And the first thing she said is, you know, I don't know anything about curly hair, but can I help you? And so I told her what was happening. And she proceeded to say, again, reiterated the fact that she really didn't know much about curly hair, given the fact that she didn't have curly hair, but that she had heard a lot of good feedback from fellow naturals that were using TGIN. And then she expanded on it, saying, I think you'll have really good luck with the ingredients because the founder is a breast cancer survivor. She's really aware of the role ingredients play in products, the fact that there are some that can cause cancer that are known to be cancer-causing agents versus others that aren't. So she was really conscious in creating the brand, in ensuring the fact that they use the safest ingredients possible. And that really caught my attention. So I thought, I have nothing to lose. I can get this mousse, give it a try. And if I don't like it, I can return it. And that's what I did. I bought the mousse. And I had such great results with it on my damaged hair that was just not doing well with anything. So it gave me hope and it piqued my interest. And one night I was bored and I thought, you know what? I'm going to Google every single ingredient on this bottle. I was amazed by what I found. The ingredients that you find in a product each has a different function. I am no chemist, so I can't give you concrete examples, so I'm just gonna make one up. Let's say that there's a set of ingredient candidates that are all amazing for hold as part of the greater combination of whatever the product that they're meant to go in is designed to give you, right? So one element would be hold, and there's 10 candidates for this magical hold. And if you rate these ingredient candidates from safest to harmful, dangerous, toxic, TGIN across the board picks the safest. And that's what was really heartening to see, that if you have a range of ingredients to pick from for one particular quality in a product, TGIN is picking the safest bet, the healthiest bet, the cleanest bet for you. That really spoke to me and piqued my interest even more. So I went down the TGIN rabbit hole and started looking into the founder, Christia Donaldson. I don't know the whole breadth of her story, and I'm not going to pretend to. She actually has a book that I have yet to read, and it's definitely on my must-buy list. She's a Harvard Law graduate. She's a 2-time breast cancer survivor. And just those simple facts alone put me in awe of her. I mean, just to have to deal with cancer once, let alone twice. And again, I have yet to read her book, but I've been following her on social media, interacting with her, seeing the brand. They also have a foundation focusing on women with breast cancer here in the US, and the work that they do and the positivity that the brand exudes and the inclusivity and the positivity and the wisdom and the optimism and the hope. And I get emotional because it really moved me. That Christia herself exudes really, really, really spoke to me and touched me deeply. And to then have a vision to take it a step further in creating this hair brand, yet there's personally fulfilling elements to it, I'm sure, but at the same time, it was done with so much love and care, and in a way also with an element of service to the natural hair community through the products themselves and what they offer, compounded by the fact that they went ahead and opened a foundation for women with breast cancer, TGIN Foundation. All of that put together really touched my heart. I work in social justice, so to see also that element of it, the activist spirit that the brand has, that Christia has, beyond hair, but interconnected with the natural hair community, moved me deeply. And add to that the fact that their products are amazing. And I am a TGIN girl for life. Part of my hair journey that began with damage last year entails the after effects and the ripples of the damage and the repercussions of the hair damage and what I'm left with and what I'm living with. I had hair that was down to here, and the damage incrementally got my hair going shorter and shorter and shorter until I had it till about here, but barely hanging on to my head by the beginning of this year. The entire crown of my head had broken off. My hair was so dry and brittle that it was just breaking off, and I didn't know what else to do. The entire head of hair was being affected. The ends that were hanging on for dear life were barely hanging on, were eventually gonna go, and then we were stuck in a pandemic and I couldn't get my hair cut. Not only was I left with this physical manifestation of the damage to deal with, but also with the psychological ripple effects and after effects that left me with, compounded by the pandemic locking me in at home without being able to seek help from my stylist to cut all this damage off and start fresh, which is what I eventually had to do when I got a big chop. Video my big chop here. And so while I was living through the dryness and the brittleness and stuck in a pandemic with nowhere else to go, I turned my focus on to the healthy parts of my hair, because they had grown in. There was new growth. Let's say this much of my hair had been new growth at that point, but it was also feeling dry. It was also to the point that it could turn to such a level of dryness that it could become brittle and break off. How was I going to stop it? What was I doing wrong? I pre-pooed before I showered. I did protein treatments in the shower. I used deep conditioning hair masks all the time. So when I came out of the shower, my hair felt great and moisturized and balanced. I used a leave-in and I styled, but it wasn't enough. Something was off and moisture was not being retained. And that's when I found the lock method, which is pretty much a method of locking and sealing moisture into the hair. And the very basic gist of it, and you can see the full details of my routine here, but the very basic gist of it is that LOC, LOC, stands for liquid/leave-in, oil, and cream. Meaning that once you do your whole shower routine and you're ready for moisturizing and styling, you start with a leave-in, you follow it up with a sealing oil, you finish off with a cream, and then you move on to your stylers and to either air drying or diffusing. So I did it all with TGIN. I went in with a TGIN leave-in. I initially was using jojoba oil. I now use Jamaican black castor oil. and then I followed it up with a TGIN Daily Moisturizer. The two lines that have done the best with my hair are the Moist Collection and the Miracle Repair X line. Initially, the Miracle Repair X line was my holy grail because my hair was damaged. I was dealing with damaged high porosity. Now they both are amazing with my hair. Depending on my mood and what I'm craving, I might gravitate more towards one versus the other, but they are both amazing, incredible lines. And that did the trick. That was my holy grail miracle moment. My hair stopped breaking off. It stopped being brittle. It felt soft to the touch. Even the scraggly, dying, dead, damaged ends felt incredible. However, I still had to go ahead and get the big chop because such a large portion of my hair had broken off. I just had a busted, wonky, uneven head of hair that was just insane, and it had to go, and I had to start fresh. Now that it's starting fresh, and this is all TGIN on my hair, and I'm on day 6, mind you, and the hair looks incredible. This is all TGINatural. The curls are coming in amazingly well. They're so happy, and they're so moisturized and hydrated and well styled, and I can't rave about it enough. In addition to the amazingness of Christia and the origin story of the brand, the fact that they have a philanthropic arm, and the fact that the products themselves are so incredible, add to that the personal touch that they give through social media. When you interact with them, they reply. If you send them a DM, they reply. If you tag them in stories, they see it, they reply, they connect with you, they answer questions, they have lives where you can interact with whomever is doing the live, and they reply to your questions, and that means the world to me. It becomes dynamic, it becomes real, it creates a community that you can be a part of, and you can connect with fellow TGIN lovers. And the thing that really made the brand my hair home, my natural hair spot in the universe, was the fact that I had revealed in a comment the extensive damage that I had undergone and how my hair was just busted and just not at its best. And then they reached out to me with a DM, appreciating the support and appreciating me, and if they could send me the Curls and Roses line when it launched. First of all, my experience with other brands having a looser curl pattern is that they don't really connect. They're not really that interested. Add to that the fact that my hair was so damaged, it didn't even look 3A. It barely looked like a 2. It was just horrific, in horrific shape. It looked bad. It was thin, it was scraggly, it was not optimal. It wasn't the hair you looked at from a PR perspective and thought, well, this person could represent us. No, I was depressed and I was lost, and my identity growing up, and even now as an adult and in so many ways, is so intricately connected to my hair and to the bigness of my hair and to my curls and to having my lioness mane as big and long as I can. And here I was in a state of manginess, of it just disappearing and getting shorter and shorter and thinner and thinner and smaller and smaller. And that's how I was feeling. Inadequate, deficient, defective. And here they were, not seeing me that way, and pretty much through their actions embracing me into the community. And they sent this beautiful PR box, I think is the correct term. For me, it was the Curls and Roses launch gift, and it meant so much to me. And they have my heart. I love TGIN. I love Christia Donaldson. I love their beautiful, kind, compassionate, connected, happy, sassy, fabulous team. I love the range that they offer. A lot of hair companies focus on product development, PR, community outreach, everything with a focus on hair pattern and hair texture. And the thing that I love about TGIN and that they get so right is that they emphasize a focus on porosity. That is hair truth to power, because my hair isn't the way it is and reacts the way it does to things because it's 3A. It's because it's high porosity. It used to be 3A when I was younger, but it was more of a medium porosity and therefore it reacted differently. So how would they explain that if you're so hyper-focused on patterns? They have a line for each porosity. The Curls and Roses line being marketed and created mainly for low porosity hair. The Moist Collection more for a medium porosity, and the Miracle Repair X line for high porosity. and it's also excellent for damaged high porosity hair. And then add to that personal need, personal touch and preference and quirks and pet peeves and whatnot. And a further genius of the brand is that the lines mix really well together. You can use a product from the Curls and Roses line and mix it up with the Moist collection and top it off with the Miracle Repair X line. So in that sense, it's not a strict, okay, if you're low porosity, only use the Curls and Roses line. No, I'm high porosity and I have products from the Curls and Roses line. And if on their own, the line as a whole isn't enough to give my hair the moisture it fully needs, but I love one of the products, for example, the leave-in, then I can pair it off with the Moist Collection's Daily Moisturizer in the lock method and my hair comes out brilliant. And maybe top it off by styling with the mousse from the Curls and Roses line. You can mix and match and find that ideal combo that is suited to your hair, to your preferences, to your needs, to your likes. And so I think that is the gist of TGINatural. It's a brand for everyone. This brand, through their products, they cater to every hair. I mean, they really have something for everyone. They have products that caters to every hair type and every hair need. And their inclusivity is just not limited to that. It's just for all ethnicities, all hair types. Everyone is welcome. No one is turned away. You feel that so much through their work. And you feel that so much on their social media page. They are so inclusive and so welcoming. It translates into the products. It translates into their success. It translates into what they're putting out there. And translates into this once damaged, high porosity, deflated, dejected, lost, hair self-loathing girl. Now thriving, getting her groove back, and forever in love with TGIN. Thank you. You have moved me beyond what words can say. And this is like a little message to TGINatural. I grew up in a family that didn't understand curls, that didn't know what to do with curly hair. There's a lot of psychological things that came up growing up curly, but not knowing I had curly hair because my non-curly mom made me brush my hair. So I was a big old frizzball. Dealing with that, dealing with a world that didn't accept my hair, that didn't understand my hair, dealing with a self that didn't accept my hair and understand my hair. And grappled for many years as to how to control it and understand it. Even when I thought I had things right before my damage, there's so many things I got wrong. That's my silver lining from the damage, having emerged with the knowledge that I did, and having found TGIN and beyond just a product that works for me, having found a community that I can connect with that gives that extra touch and element of a hair home. I mean, whoever heard of a hair home? And that means so much to me. To everyone who handles the social media account and the DMs and the comments, you guys are killing it. You have touched me to my core. I know I'm not alone. I read the other comments. I see the enthusiasm and the connection and the love that the natural hair community has for you guys, and it is so well deserved. Christia, I am so happy you're here. I am so happy you rose like a phoenix from the ashes. I am so thankful to you for what you've created. I got a shout out once and a little acknowledgement of a comment in one of your lives, so that also made my day from this fangirl. And I just want to say thank you to the team, Christia. You guys are all amazing, and this is my little gush intro that will accompany any TGIN video I make, where I'll direct people to come and watch this video so that I can just jump straight into whatever fun thing I want to do with your products in the videos. But this is a must watch. TGIN is a company that you must know. Their products are products you have to buy, and you saw how many I had. I have tried them all, and I seriously love every single one of them. And that's all I have to say. Oh, and one thing, follow them on social media to stay abreast of the news. They have 3 accounts and you should follow them all. The brand at TGINatural, the foundation at TGIN Foundation, and Christia's account at TGIN CEO. And keep an eye out because they have incredible sales throughout the year on their website, at Ulta, at Target, at Sally Beauty. And for any other time that you want to shop, go to TGINatural.com. Use the code Ms. Bohemia for 15% off at TGINatural. It's a win-win. Follow them, shop from them, join the TGINatural family. I hope you liked this video, and that's that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now go check out my TGIN playlist and get to shopping. Ciao for now.